All right, welcome everyone to another edition of Deconversion Stories. And today I have the pleasure of chatting with my new friend Baphometal over here,
What
who's
is up?
one of the hosts of the where did my brain just go? The Burning Eden podcast.
That's right.
You do that with Mel Treefitty. And I just told you as we were back in the green room there, I had just recently listened to your episode
Thank
with
you.
Mandisa Thomas, which is
great.
a fantastic episode.
Yes,
And
we're
I
very
plan on
proud of that
listening
one.
to it.
Yes.
Yes, it is very good. You guys did a great job at chatting with her and stuff like that. We are going to talk a little bit about your podcast, why you wanted to get it going, and the atheism stuff involved in that. And also, but what we do here is we chat with folks about how they found their way out of whatever belief systems they were once a part of. So basically, I asked folks to take us back into the days of the indoctrination world, and how you started questioning, and what was it that started the trigger to pull you away from those sort of beliefs, and eventually fly out of that closet going, "I'm an atheist, god damn it." That kind of thing.
No gods.
No gods. No gods, no masters.
That's right.
And just a quick reminder, if you guys dig the music for the intros and the outros, that's me. So if you'd like some of it, yeah, it's my band. So if you'd like to link to some of those tunes so you can check them out, I have lots more. So, and I've been told they're all pretty good. So I can give that to you.
That's awesome.
Anywho, let's get into it, brother.
Yeah, totally. Well, I was born, I'm just kidding. I was born and raised in Peru in South America till I was 13 years old that I came to the United States. It was more like get in the plane kind of situation, not necessarily.
They just tossed you in.
They just
out of here.
Yeah, get the fuck out. So I am an immigrant, I guess you could. Yeah, I am literally an immigrant. Came to the U.S. when I was 13. I grew up in a Catholic household. But it was more my mom than my dad, which is the funny thing to me, because my dad never really, he never really went to church with us, which is like some bullshit, man. Because my mom would be the one dragging us to fucking church.
How did dad get out of it? I don't
know. What a fucking asshole, man. It was always my mom who would take us. Go fucking figure. I don't know, man. But over there in Peru, the Catholic Church is very, let's see, what's the good word? Enmeshed with the government. They're jerking each other off the whole time, basically.
That ought to be a spectacle.
I mean, in a nice way, of course.
Right.
In a proper way. I mean, it's crazy. The separation of church and state is not like we see it here in the United States. I know in Canada is very different. Or maybe more, I don't know how you even put it. It's more like people don't care that much, right? Yeah. But over there in Peru, it's everywhere, and it's by default that you are a Catholic.
Right.
Yeah.
We do have religious wackos up here.
Of course. Everywhere. Right. And so I attended Catholic school all the way from fucking first grade till I was 13, till I came here. And their education system over there, I mean, the Catholic schools do a better job than the public system for sure. And that's really the main reason. But the religion is just everywhere over there. Everyone assumes you're Catholic. Everyone assumes you go to church. And everyone's a hypocrite in the same way you would expect it from a Catholic person. Where they talk shit, and then when they go on Sunday, they confess their sins, and now they hit the reset button until the next Sunday,
until they need to confess again.
Yeah, I never understood that bullshit. I
know
that whole concept of basically it's a free for all in a way, and as long as you ask for forgiveness, then it's all good, you're good. You'll go to heaven if you ask for forgiveness. Like, what the fuck, man? So going to school, I will be the one asking questions in the classroom, because we had biology class and then Bible class, in the same curriculum. It's pretty interesting. You're learning about evolution in one class, and then you're learning about fucking Noah's Ark in the other
Creation.
one.
Yeah.
It's like, so I don't know. To an extent, I guess it's a good thing. I mean, of course, being exposed to science, but then how are you supposed to put the two and two together, right? When you're being taught about these stories in the other class, it's very strange. Yeah, dude, and
You get these
honest,
conflicting brain things. What
yeah,
the fuck's going on?
it never made sense to me, and I always found it almost funny that people go to this place. There's this dude wearing this thing that looks like a dress, and they're blessing this cracker, and all of a sudden we're supposed to kneel, and it's just I never understood it. I thought it was weird. Then you look to the left, there's bloody Jesus, and then you look to the right, there's the Virgin Mary. Virgin Mary, right? Okay, we're gonna go with that story.
Virgin Mary.
Virgin Mary, you whore. We all know that she started
the
whole religion, right? Because she cheated.
She didn't even give consent for it all. Like, what the fuck?
She was like 12. What the
basically,
fuck,
yeah, I think it was 14, but close enough.
God, 14,
and so basically, technically, God raped her.
Exactly. Yeah.
For your sins.
Right. And the other thing that I never got when I was young is that they make you feel like you're born broken, that you have to ask for forgiveness.
Mary.
Bro. Oh my God. That's fucking hilarious. Well, she started a whole religion because she cheated on her husband, but
right. Yeah. I wonder if like Joseph walked in and go, what the fuck's going on here?
Oh, it's the Holy Spirit, Joseph. It's the Holy Spirit.
Yeah, sure it is. I want a divorce. Actually, I don't even think they were married yet.
No, because actually, I don't know. But I know he was like fucking 45 or 50, and she was like 14 or something like that.
Oh yeah, but that was normal back then.
It was okay. It was okay. Yeah, like I was saying, the whole concept of making a child feel like they're not worthy, like they need there's something missing, that born broken. They need God. Like they say you have a God-shaped hole in your heart, some fucking bullshit. Like
what shape would that be?
I don't know. It's
a giant eggplant shape.
Well, if God wants to fill my holes, then we need to be
phrasing.
There would need to be some consent.
Yes,
definitely, which he definitely didn't get from Mary. But
at least not that we're aware of, anyways.
Right, and this is a funny thing. I have an uncle who's a priest, actually. My mom's brother is a Catholic priest. And the motherfucker, he goes around the world freeloading on everyone. He gets free flights, he gets free lodging, free food. Everywhere he goes, he's borrowing someone's car. So as a child growing up and seeing this man, just mooching off people, like, how the fuck is this, this religion that they're teaching me? Like either he's a mother, what's the word? He's either a mooch or he's living his best life. I can't tell.
Sometimes being a mooch is living your best life.
I guess. I remember one
particular on your angle,
right? I remember one particular anecdote, and I must have been 10. I don't know. Motherfucker shows up, like he literally rings the bell, and here he comes with two friends from the seminary. And he's like, hey, what's up? Peace, whatever bullshit he would say when he walked into our house. And then he just sat at the table expecting to be fed. And I'm like, are you serious, dude? And I mean, us being like somewhat poor, we don't have a lot of food to be feeding people, right? And here he comes like he's fucking royalty and he's expecting to be fed. So that hypocrisy always got to me when I was young. And then as I grew up learning about the, sexual abuse scandals, with children, that to me opened my eyes to like, what the fuck is this religion, I wouldn't say that I ever truly had faith necessarily. I don't remember a time in which I honestly, from the bottom of my heart, actually believed there was a God. It was more like just doing as I was told. Two friends, one.
It's funny. I think he figured out we were talking about him. Like, my ears are burning. What the hell's going on?
Oh my!
It was all good, Dadpool. It was all good.
What's up, Rick? Yeah, as I was saying, sexual abuse scandals, and it's just like the hypocrisy just unfolding on its own, and seeing the whole institution. But in terms of actually believing in a God, I don't remember a time in which I truly had faith, and I would consider myself a believer necessarily.
Me too, for most part.
Yeah,
I pretended I did, but
right, exactly. I never liked going to church. I hated going to church. My mom would drag me to church. Like, I would hide in the bathroom pretending to take a shit so my mom would be late. So we would be late on purpose because I didn't want to go to church. I hated it.
Yeah,
I had to do my first communion once because it was part of the curriculum. Once you reach a certain grade in Catholic school, you do your first communion. That's what you do. And you had to purchase the fucking tunic, and you had to purchase the fucking crucifix, and you had to purchase all of these things. And it was so expensive. I was like, this is a fucking business, motherfuckers. and it wasn't, I didn't feel like it was something meaningful to me necessarily. I didn't feel like it changed my life and I accepted Jesus or whatever bullshit. It was just whatever. And I never really read the Bible to where I knew about the disgusting shit until probably later in life, that I started finding, like, how do you all believe this as adults? I get it as you're a kid, you're being taught all these things, indoctrination, I get it. But once you're an adult, I mean, read your fucking Bible and see the shit that's in it. How can you still believe in those things? Because there's adults out there that still believe in Noah's Ark, Adam and Eve, the flood, the fucking, like, dude, I don't get it. I don't understand.
I don't either, but when you're born into a belief system, basically, one way or another, you're born into one, and of course it's your family, your friends that are constantly around you,
course.
Hammering this stuff in there. So, and you trust your friends and family, so you think that what they're telling you is legit. So you become a believer, or you're like us, where you're not quite there, but you're like, I'll fake it. But I think a lot more people are finding their way out.
Thank God. Well, also the environment.
Thank God I'm an atheist.
Thank God I'm an atheist. God, no God's over here. The environment that a person is brought up in definitely lends itself to either be able to have questions, to make to ask questions, or not. So a lot of people are not able to ask any questions. They live in an environment that confirms their beliefs and their biases constantly, and there's no room to question anything.
Yep.
So I totally I get it. I say I don't get it, but I do understand.
Yeah. I mean, they say not to question. If you're in a belief system that says not to question, that's a bad belief system.
That's a little questionable to me. I don't know about you.
That's your first question. Why can't I question? What's he afraid of? He's an omnipotent being. What's going to happen?
Well, God knows everything, apparently.
Right, which means the whole thing is a setup. Because he already knew Adam and Eve were going to fall in the garden. He already knew he was going to have to murder everyone with a flood.
Eve was framed. She was framed. Right? Eve was framed.
So he knew this was going to happen, but he went ahead with the whole plan anyways. Like, what was he, bored? Well, I created this gigantic universe.
We're like the Sims.
I've chosen this insignificant galaxy in an insignificant part of the universe. I'm going to put people in the middle.
Yep.
I'm going to come and introduce myself to these fucking shepherds that don't even know where the sun goes at night, and tell them some like, what in the fuck kind of plan is that?
Mm-hmm. And only in one region, right? Only in the Middle East, not everywhere.
Like, he could have done it to the entire planet at the same time. We have a moon. He could have written And we could have watched him write, "Hey guys, I'm your master, God, whatever the fuck, on the moon." We all been like, "Holy shit!"
Exactly. And
But
now,
no,
and as an adult, learning the actual content of the Bible, I haven't necessarily read the whole thing like page by page by page, but I do have a very decent idea of what's in there, like the slavery, the misogyny, all of that disgusting crap that people are saying, well, that was the Old Testament, that was back then, but
yeah, but Jesus said
same
to
fucking
follow that
God.
shit.
Right. He came and he said, I'm here to
Yeah.
not here to, what is it, to uphold the word of the prophets or something like that.
Right.
Excuse me. Yeah. So same God, same dude.
Yep.
Just because he sent the rainbow, that doesn't mean he didn't do those things. Right.
God is unchanging. So
right. He's the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. So that whole concept that you were mentioning, that it was he bored. Yeah. Like, are we like a game of Sims? Like, what is happening?
maybe.
Yeah, like little puppets, little ants. Is he just fucking with us? Like what is the whole point, and why do we have to worship a perfect being? Why does a perfect being require worship? I never understood that either. Someone explain that to me. Does he want to be worshipped, or are we supposed to just to keep him calm so he doesn't fuck with us anymore and doesn't flood the world again? Because then, like, are you worshiping out of fear? Are you worshiping out of love? Like, what is the real reason?
Right. And HR, who's going to be on the show in the upcoming weeks,
Hello, HR.
Made a good point. It says we don't have to. And also followed up. And also, if you dismiss the Old Testament again, why does original sin matter?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they like to dismiss certain ugly parts of the Old Testament, but guess what's in the Old fucking Testament? Adam and Eve and the original sin. So are we going to dismiss only certain parts? Are we going to only call certain parts metaphor and some are real? Like which ones are real, which ones are metaphor? How do you determine the difference between those two? What method do you utilize to determine what is metaphor and what is real? Can we test this method? Otherwise, like, come on. We can't. It's all made up.
That's right. Interesting, fun little side fact today. I was on Student Dr. Ben's show. We ridiculed people that were afraid of GMOs.
Oh, okay.
All the bullshit propaganda. It's like the anti-vax thing all over again, but it's anti-GMO type stuff. And anyways, the after party, we were playing Sims, the Sims game, or Ben and Uncle Beck were as well. And apparently, he says, "Got to watch those Sims characters," with the laughy face, because my Sim that Ben created made a Sim of me, walked up and started making out with Uncle Beck. So funny.
Oh my God. We're just a bad game of Sims. And then the whole concept of fucking free will, right? Do we have free will? Do we know?
People. Yep, there you go. Hashtag coins. See, when I can do them, I'll do them. But Mikey's not with us. He's with his waifu. They took a road trip down to where the hell did they go? St. Louis, I think. So
nice.
That's where he is. But yeah. Oh wait, I should probably remove that. It's over.
Yeah. So like free will. Do they say we have free will? But do we though?
Not that kind of thing. Oh well, there go my plans.
Yeah. There's so many like questions, that I've always had, and they always come up with the same crap. Well, you just gotta have faith. Yeah. Well, that doesn't cut it for me. That does not cut it for me. I need to know.
It's like I always say at the end of these things, they call it faith because it's not knowledge, people.
Right. And like Matt Dillahunty says, faith is the excuse that people give when they don't have a good reason, or a good explanation or something.
It's the excuse people use when they don't have good reason.
Right. And I always heard that when I was younger. You gotta have faith. You just gotta have faith. That's it.
Gotta have faith.
That's a good song.
Yeah, well, I used to think so, and then some chick broke up with me back in the 80s and that song was playing, so it kind of brings back like triggery moments for me.
I am so sorry.
I kind of want to go to the bathroom and cry right now. But anyways, that's I'm kidding. I don't want to. It was like in 88, so I don't really care.
I was born in 88.
Sweet. So you're around when you did that. Well, I was already an adult at 88, so. Anywho.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then I came to the United States when I was 13. Started in the 8th grade when I came.
Mhm.
And then I went on to high school and college and whatnot. I would say that being outside of the Catholic school environment did make a bit of a difference. You know, there's a bit of a culture shock, of course. I didn't really speak English that well when I came. I pretty much learned it when I was 13, 14. So what you're hearing now is not from when I was a kid. So there's
I would have never have known that
Really?
you weren't able to speak English.
That is cool. Yeah, dude. It was pretty crazy. Yeah, so I learned, oh my God, I was legal to vote and drink in 88. Damn.
It's Ollie. And I'm older than him, so.
Yo, old motherfuckers.
Who are you calling old? Don't make me get the cane out, you little bastard.
Yeah, so knowing that I didn't have to go to Bible class anymore, you know, there was more of a bit of freedom, but at the same time having to do the Pledge of Allegiance in the morning. It was a different kind of religion here.
Yeah,
Very strange. Like I would have never had to do a Pledge of Allegiance to a flag in Peru. That is just odd. It was a weird.
Oh, Canada, but that's about it. And the Lord's Prayer. When I was in elementary school, they were still doing the Lord's Prayer.
Oh, really? In public school?
I didn't. I would just sit there and go, "This is fucking bullshit."
Yeah, I remember when we did prayers in school over there in Peru. I would like look at my friend and we would just laugh because we always thought it was bullshit. Yeah, so then I went to high school and I started more identifying as an atheist. You know, people would ask me about religion. I was like, I don't believe in anything. I don't really believe there's a God. You know, it makes no sense to me.
I believe I'll have another beer.
Exactly. It didn't really become an identity necessarily. It was more like I don't give a shit. You know, it's like it makes no sense. I think it's stupid. The church is dumb. We can see the atrocities they've done throughout the years. Yeah. And I want nothing to do with it. And now that I'm older, I can choose not to go to church, which is awesome.
I agree, Katie.
Adulting is way overrated.
I agree, Katie. It's got to be done to, you know, you got to pay bills and you got to do something like that.
Adulting sucks, man. Adulting is way overrated. When we were kids, we're like, oh, I can't wait to grow up. Oh,
right. I'm an adult now, but it doesn't mean I have to stop doing stuff that I enjoyed as a kid, because I'm an adult now and can actually afford the Lego.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm pretty fortunate that I had a cool childhood. Oh no, don't drop it.
No, I got this for some of the minifigs are right there.
That is so cool. Oh, look at that.
The latest set I got right here is Boba Fett's palace.
Oh shit. Okay. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
I got more shit coming. I'm always ordering Lego.
Nice.
I'm thinking of starting up on another channel called Atheist Bricks and just build stuff.
Dude, so now that you mentioned that, there is the Brick Bible. Have you seen it?
No.
You got to Google it. Okay. It's like an illustrated. I don't have it. I should order it. It's only like $25, I think, on Amazon. What's up, Lilith, my friend? Love you. Thank you for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a Bible. It's an illustrated Bible with all the stories of the Bible, but all of the pictures are fucking Legos. And you have like crucified Lego Jesus and
no way,
dude, you gotta look.
Okay, I'm totally gonna.
The Brick Bible.
The Brick Bible. Okay, you should gotta find this here.
You gotta find. It's hilarious. It looks great.
Bible set. Okay, what the fuck? Oh.
Pretty sure
this looks like it's books. Oh, hang on.
Yeah, there it is. Book by Brandon Powell.
Okay. Somewhere here, and it's got all the different Lego sets and stuff like that.
It's an actual book. It's not not actual Legos. It's a book with illustrations of Lego sets. Oh, I got a drink. Want a drink?
Drink. Yeah. Time to drink again. So we got here. Let me open this image. So it's got shit like this in it.
Dude.
I imagine. Hang on. Oh, where do I do this? Oh, there we go. Okay, here. Let me screen share this fucking thing because it's funny. Here we go. Come on. Okay. There we go. Check this shit out.
There's one with the circumcision. You gotta. Oh my god! You know how David brings the foreskins of the Philistines?
Yeah.
It has it in there.
No. Really? I'm pretty sure I don't want to see that one.
Well, they don't look like little dicks. They look like little coins, like little slices. But it's the funniest thing, dude, because they are none of them are wearing pants, and they have like the little things on the floor, like they cut them off. It's so fucking funny. Anyway, the Brick Bible, you should check it out.
I'm gonna get into it. I think.
Yeah,
check it out. It looks like
since oh my you goodness. Like Legos, I think this would be right up your alley.
They got the Last Supper thing. They got Eve here. They got Brick Genesis. Yeah. There's one where there's somebody ripped apart on the ground and there's blood all over the place. That's great. Wow. That's hysterical.
It's so graphic.
It is. There's some dude grabbing the other guy, yanking his dong off, I think.
Yeah, that has to be Jonah David. That has to be David cutting the foreskins of the Philistines.
Yeah, that's probably it. Yeah. Some of it looks pretty cool though. Like just the little things that they've done is oh my god, there's even brick Nazis. What?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Yeah, like what in the are you kidding me? Whoopsie daisy.
I don't know about that.
Let me see if I can get this on a separate tab here. Oh, it's really small, but yeah, here. It's like look at this. This fucking shit is like what? Like who would even do this?
Yeah.
This is fucking where is it? That one? Yeah. Look at that. Are you kidding me?
Oh, okay. What the fuck?
Wow. That's just like holy crap.
Yep. Just focus on the Bible one. Yeah, don't go to the Nazi one.
Happy 40th.
Happy 40th, sir or ma'am. I can't tell. Friend. 420 Atheists.
420 Atheists, yeah.
Cheers.
Which I was actually thinking of calling myself to start, and I thought, well, no, I'll just go with my. I know Nazi Lego, yeah. I'll just go with the 604, which is the area code to where I live.
Okay, I was wondering what the 604 was.
No, technically, I'm not the 604th atheist ever. It's the area code where I live.
Sweet.
All right, so back to the actual topic at hand here. So you get up to the college era, and
yeah,
that's when things really fall apart on you.
Yeah, I guess because when you go into a college, there's a lot of free thought, right? Everybody's questioning everything. You encounter other people. Oh.
Thanks for that. Tons of mice.
That's awesome. Tons of mice. That's a lot of mice.
Yeah.
I would say when I was around 18, when I started, college, that's when I definitely defined myself as a non-believer. It's like, I don't believe in any of this. This makes no sense. I even took a philosophy class because it was one of my intro courses or whatever. Epistemology, that kind of stuff, learning about Plato and Descartes and those basic philosophy. Then I kind of left it alone for a while. I didn't even care about religion for a long time until for a few years that I started again, because it was one of those things that I don't care about that much.
Right.
But then as as you grow older, you start noticing that religion does have an impact in society. It drives, especially conservatism in this country. Um, the way that they dictate laws, the way that they take rights away from people, that is so rooted in religious belief, you know. Damn.
Yes, these are my friends.
You're fucking roasted over here, man.
Yeah. No, my IQ score is probably minus 604. So there you go.
I mean, there's some. There has to be some awareness to be able to, realize that, right? So.
Yep, for sure.
So it's not that low.
Katie Dotson said her birthday was in March. So happy belated.
70. Happy birthday, Katie.
Rebuilding a starter on your truck. Wow.
Wow.
Did you at least have a couple of beers while you were doing that? Like, it's your birthday and stuff. I mean, shit. Only 39 more birthdays until the Halley's Comet in 2061.
Oh, wow.
I'm probably not going to be here when that happens.
Hello, Aaron. What's up?
Aaron Colson. What's going on? Giant maple syrup fountain in the middle of Canada. Who told you about the fountain?
It's a secret.
All right.
Yeah. So what I was saying is that as I grew older, I started realizing that although I don't care that much about religion, it still has an impact on my society, you know? It impacts the way the politicians think, the way that people, vote. It impacts the way that, the way they think in reality. And, thoughts have a consequence on the actions, and the action has an effect on people directly. Yep. So I had to start caring a little more, like opening my eyes a little more, realizing that the whole invasion of this country was driven by manifest destiny, which is the belief that God had picked this country to be expanded to the west, right? Let's decimate everybody. Let's kill, rape all the tribes, and
it's very biblical.
Yeah. It goes. It's what God wanted, but literally, that's what manifest destiny is, right? It's what God wants. So just thinking about that, how Native Americans got screwed over, how slavery was justified by the Bible, how witches got burned, witches.
Hung, actually. There's you got to go really far back for any burnings, but yeah. In recent years, it was mostly hangings.
Okay, yeah, hangings. The way that, and then going back to where I'm from, like the los conquistadores, right? They're from Spain, forcing their religion onto the natives over there, the Incas. So everything kind of like goes back to fucking religion and how it can make people do horrible things. So that's why I started caring a little more as I grew older and becoming more of an anti-theist, noticing that religion has run its course. It's not needed anymore. It's done too much damage, and I would be very okay if it would just skedaddle,
It's not gonna, but
it's not gonna. I know.
It'll. I think its influence over time will get weaker and weaker.
I think so too.
Because more and more people are going to find their way free. I'm pretty sure of that.
It'll
always
hopeful.
be around.
Yeah. I can only hope. Yeah, and I think what we do here, is talking about our experiences, talking about how religion has impacted our environment is a really good way to bring awareness to other people, right? And to help them also find their own way out of religion.
And that's why I do what I do here, is to have these stories there for people if they are, they might stumble upon it and go, oh, okay, let's check out what some of these folks are saying. Oh, wow, there's a whole bunch of them. I'm not alone, because I've heard multiple times that people think, am I the only one that doesn't believe? Because it can seem that way sometimes.
Totally.
Right? So,
Yeah.
and you find out there's this whole community of people that are non-believers, and you get to hear how they discovered that they didn't believe and how they found their way free. And I think these are important. So
right. And it wasn't until recently, and by recently I mean like the last 3 years at the most, that I felt like I belong in this community, like I'm part of a community, something bigger. And it all started with TikTok. This fucking app, it's trash. Don't do it. Don't go.
Too late.
It's trash, but I gotta say, it has a very good community of non-believers. I know there's a big community of ex-Mormons and ex-Jehovah's for sure. There's some ex-Muslims as well. So it's been great for those who don't have the ability to question, right? And then they go into this app and they run into other people who've been through the same experiences, like, holy shit, right? And they become friends, and I've seen it happen very much, and it's awesome. So I made a lot of great friends on TikTok, and people that I've actually met in person now, just super cool. And I started a podcast with my friend Mel. We've been going at it a year now. It's the Burning Eden podcast. I will type it in the chat.
It is linked below, folks.
Yes.
And you can also find other links on that page if you want to help support the podcast and stuff like that as well.
Yeah. Want to ask me about the podcast?
I was just going to say, you had a good segue right there about wanting to do things for the community.
Yeah.
So let's talk about now, while we, for the last little bit here, before we go to the after party, what prompted you to want to do the podcast?
I guess I'm a bit of an attention whore, and I like to hear myself talk. But honestly, I wanted to learn. Honestly, I just wanted to learn about people's experiences and how religion has fucked them up. So I contacted this chick that I met on TikTok. It's like, yo, you seem cool. Do you want to start a podcast? So we just became friends over TikTok. Never met her in person. We started a fucking podcast, and our friend Jordan, he's the one who came up with the name The Burning Eden Podcast. I was like, dude, that's amazing. That's an amazing name for a fucking podcast, because we're burning Eden. We're burning this fucking hegemony, this structure of power that we've had over our heads for so long. Let's burn it fucking down. Let's just burn it out. We've had enough of this. So we are satire, comedy. We say stupid shit. We read from the Bible out of context just for fun, but we do get into the nitty gritty. We do speak with guests who perhaps have had some religious trauma. And it wasn't until I started doing the podcast that I learned about religious trauma, that it was a real thing. It's like, holy shit. And it blew my mind, because I don't have any religious trauma, thank God. But there's people there's people who have been in fucking cults, and we've spoken with some people that have been in a cult, and oh my God.
Me too.
You have been as well? Well, we got to
No. I've spoken with folks from
you have
cults, like actual cults.
Right. Oh my God. It gets intense. And every single story, we've been doing it for a year now. We just hit a year mark, I think, in March. I think we're on episode like 60 or 64, something like that. Every story, you learn more and you learn more and you learn more and more and more. And it really opens your eyes as to, fuck, man, religion fucking sucks, man. It has damaged people in so many fucking ways.
It certainly has.
I hate it so much, man.
I have a friend who does something called COURT, which is the conference on religious trauma that they do every year.
Oh, yeah.
And that's Janice Selby, and she lives here in my province, and I'll actually be getting together with her this summer, along with Godless Mom and a bunch of other atheists that live here. And so I think she'd be a great guest to have on, because she actually started that. And
what was her name again?
Janice Selby.
I will hit her up. Yeah.
Selbie. think. Yeah.
Sweet.
Just tell her I
Yeah,
sent you there.
totally.
She'll chat with you.
Oh, I'd be more than happy to speak with her. Yeah.
Yeah, I think she'd be a great guest for that.
Thank you. Yeah. And yeah, so it's becoming a little bit of like, ooh, we gotta take a drink.
I think I'm doing pretty good with Mikey not here. There you go. Until Ollie hits us with triple coins, then it's gonna be like, fuck.
I mean, our podcast is starting to become a little bit, I guess you could call it activism a little bit too, because we do touch on topics as well, such as like recently we talked to Mendiza Thomas from Black Non-Believers,
yeah.
and we touched on the topic of intersectionality, how people need to not only deconvert from their faith, but also deconvert from other toxic traits like patriarchy, white supremacy, racism, homophobia, transphobia, all of those things that were supported by your belief system. Once you get out of that belief system, you continue to hold those, those traits. It's time to deconstruct from that as well. And it was a great conversation. I think if you'll like Mendiza Thomas, you should check her out. Go to the podcast. It is the latest episode. Great perspective, great insight from her point of view. And yeah, I mean, you don't really realize that there's also people of color who are a minority within a minority, right? Non-believers who are Black are a minority within a minority, and people don't realize that. So that's where the intersectionality comes in. We have to be aware that there's multiple systems of oppression that are affecting an individual person, right? Like me, as a man, I'm also an immigrant, right? So my experience is completely different here in the United States, especially when
do you face racism a lot, or
huh?
Do you actually face racism a lot yourself?
Thankfully not as much in the state that I'm in, because there's a lot of Hispanics here. But I have experienced it, yes. There's always, you can tell when someone's being racist.
Oh yeah, certainly.
You can definitely tell, even if it's not overt. It's
even there was a place here where I live that they had a mall called Johann Center that was built by the Asian community, we'll say.
Okay.
And I remember going in to check it out, and all the Asian people were staring at me like I didn't belong there. So that was, I think, probably my first experience as a white guy to experience how racism feels.
Being an outsider.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm like, wow, holy shit.
And that's nothing, right? That is nothing, because
really,
racism really has to do with power and how it affects in a societal level, right? So
absolutely.
How people are marginalized, right? Here in the US,
and I'm definitely not marginalized,
right? Exactly. And a lot of people don't realize how marginalized Native Americans are here in the US. Like, you go to their reservations, they have no fucking water, electricity. Like they live in
here too.
Yeah, they live in food deserts. The next thing they have is a fucking 7-Eleven. So then there's malnutrition, there's high instances of high blood pressure, diabetes. There's obesity, yeah, and alcoholism definitely is a big one here. And why is that? Because they're marginalized. They're affected by a racist system that continues to carry on. Yeah,
absolutely. Now, it's funny because we're talking about that Johann Center incident. Oh, Dave's had the same experience there. Dave lives in my city as well.
Okay.
Well, next door. But anywho, I realizing that I go in there is like, I think it was more of, let's all stare at the typical people that are the racists. Right. So, and I'm like, okay, I get it. And I've said, in my youth as an idiot stick, I've said stupid racist things too. But you grow out of that. You can unlearn that shit, right?
It is behavior that is learned, and it can be unlearned. Yes.
Exactly. And now my motto is, there's one race, the human race. And just like every other species, we come in a variety. It's really that simple.
Yeah.
So.
And it sucks how we've created we've created a concept of race to create division. That's just what it is. It sucks. Really, really sucks.
So you got a fan in Paul, I see. Definitely check out the content, Paul, especially the Burning Eden podcast, because it's very good. The ones that I've heard so far, anyways. I'm going to be checking out more.
I appreciate that very, very much. We have a lot of fun. It's fun.
Yeah, you can tell. And it's sincere too, which I think is great.
We have merch also, and there is a shirt that a friend of us, a friend of ours, designed a T-shirt in which
down below, Paul.
In which Mel. Okay, so here's the scene, right? Mel is fucking Jesus in the ass with a strap on, and in the Garden of Eden. And I'm in the back, like very small, with my mask, and I have a gas can, and I am burning down the tree. It's great, man. It's fucking great. Yes, the merch is amazing.
That's awesome.
Thank you, Correa. What's up?
Correa's here. That's awesome. I got to check out your merch stuff, and I got to get my goddamn merch store going, for crying out loud. It's all this talk, and we're trying to figure out what we want to do.
Time and effort, man. It's time and effort. I am personally very lazy with creating merch. I'm not. I would like have someone else do it for me because I am not very, very good at that.
I'm going to let you guys in on a little something that Mikey doesn't even know yet. And he'll probably know once he sees this. I'm going to be changing my logo. Because it's not, let's get something new going, something fresh going. And I do it with Mikey now. So it's going to be Deconversion Stories with Neil and Mikey. Neil 648 is Mikey Famine. So I want to get a new logo thingy done up. And I want to get some new ideas for making this sort of stuff and the intros and stuff like that. And here's what I'm offering out here. Yeah, okay. I think Ollie just did the triple coin thing. So there you go. Consider this one to be ×3. So everybody drink. What I'm going to do.
I am out. I'm sorry. I just ran out of beer. Damn it. Should have gotten another can.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to put it out there. I dug through a bunch of my shit the other day and realized that I still have a couple of unopened copies of our first CD. So anyone that y'all want to start coming up with ideas and design logos for the new show that have a picture of me and Mikey together, and a Deconversion Stories with Neil and Mikey, or Neil the 648 Atheist and Mikey Famine, send them to me, and the one I like the best will win a copy. And I'll even autograph it.
Nice. That's badass.
Win a copy of our first CD. Of course, I'll have to actually open it to sign it, but it is an unused copy CD. Not that people use CDs anymore, really, but it's more of a like a prize. And of course, I'll pay for it too. The idea, and you get a prize if I like it.
That's super cool.
I think that'd be a good idea. No one will take it in the ass on Neil's new logo. How do you know, Mice?
Oh.
You want a CD? Well, Don, I only have 2.
Physically 2, that's it.
Well, plus my own personal copy, but that stays with me.
Nice.
Not that I need it, because all my music is on my computer. It's all available on SoundCloud. So
what's the name of your band, Neil?
Liminus. Liminis. Actually, the CDs that I have that are unopened are when we were originally called Threshold. Except there's a band in England called Threshold, and they've had the name since '93, so they threatened to sue us when MySpace was a thing.
Oh, shit.
And yeah. So I had to change the name. So I was into learning about ancient languages, and I looked up Old Latin for Threshold, and it was like a really small, like lim or something, I think. So Liminis came up, and it means on the threshold. So Old Latin, or a version of it anyway. So we went with that. And I said, there's no way anyone else is going to have this name. And I was right to a degree. There's a Liminis Theater in Georgia somewhere. So, But that's it.
Sweet.
But doesn't matter. If you're right back, I got to call Mikey.
You're on Bandcamp, right?
Yeah, we are on Bandcamp, and you can
or SoundCloud. You said SoundCloud, right? Sorry.
We're on SoundCloud and Bandcamp,
okay,
and a few other.
Sweet. I will check out your band.
And I can also, if you like, I can also just send you the tracks.
I just found you. Here we are. I will be listening to your band. What kind of music? Is it like rock, metal?
Harder edge, some acoustic stuff. See, our biggest influences, my lead guitar player that you'll be hearing in these tunes has passed away. So we have a new guitar player, and our newer stuff is even more diverse than our older stuff. But it's mostly harder edge stuff. We have some acoustic, like a song called Dollhouse, which is acoustic, that I actually wrote the lyrics for while I was reading an article in Maclean's magazine, which is a Canadian magazine about Asian kids that were these sex trafficking people who go to Asia, make all these divine promises to the families of bring your kids over. Shit. You pay to bring them over. We'll set them up with work, and then they can make money and bring you over. And they ended up in the sex ring, the child sex ring here. So I wrote a song called Dollhouse about that. And it's acoustic, and it's kind of hard to listen to in little bits, because I've read the articles, and some of the, kids were ODing on like heroin and stuff like that just to deal with their situation.
Jesus.
Yeah. And so it's a pretty hard hitting tune. And I write about stuff that I've experienced, or like Immortal Realm was actually about what I thought was an out of body experience. Of course, you thanks to modern neuroscience, we all know that all happens up here.
Yeah.
So I wrote a song and I called it Immortal Realm. Like, oh, you never really die. And it's actually the opening tune of the after party. But it's still a cool tune, and it doesn't necessarily have to be about that. So
gotcha.
We can change our minds on stuff like that. But yeah, we do have a Bandcamp, and you can buy, I think the songs are like $1 each or something, or you can buy the CD for like $5 or $6 or whatever it is. I don't know. But Sweet. If you want, I could just give it to you for free, because that's our old tunes, and we're going to be soon. We'll be recording all our new tunes, so we'll have some I think another dozen new songs coming. And 2 of them are directly written about atheism.
Oh,
like, Cut the Strings is one of them, and Let It Go is another one. No, not the Let It Go, Let It Go. Not that shit. It's much more epic than that.
It's more like Let It Go.
Yeah. Just let it go. It's more that kind of thing. Anyway, yes, and Tons of Mice says Baphometal, you can shave to it. We actually found a guy on YouTube that shaved to our song, the one that opens up this one, Tangled. So, and he goes, yeah, I found these guys, and they are they're a really great band. I really like the way the lyrics the ending lyric ties into the next set of lyrics, and I like the way they wrote that out, and yada yada. And he's shaving while listening to our music, and you can even get the 360 version where you can look all around his bathroom at the same time. That's
fucking hilarious.
I know.
Wow. There's a dude on TikTok who brushes his teeth to metal songs. Brushing metal, I think it's called. It's hilarious.
That's hilarious.
He goes like aggressive. It is so funny.
Yeah. Yes, that's hilarious.
Sometimes he has 2 brushes.
Maynard wants to know who our band's influences are. We're old school rockers, so I would say it would be Black Sabbath, Pink Floyd, Rush, definitely Led Zeppelin for sure. A lot of Crosby, Stills, Nash kind of shit. Oh, nice.
Black Sabbath tattoo.
Nice. Sabbath is my all-time favorite band.
Same.
See, I knew we were like disconnected at birth.
Fuck yeah. I love Sabbath.
66. But Sabbath is my number one. Right after that, Led Zeppelin, and I would say probably Pink Floyd, Rush, and
yes.
And I even in my top 10, I even have bands that I grew to love later, like Alice in Chains. Fucking love Alice in Chains.
I love Alice in Chains too. Yep.
Tool, and they're also influential in the music we make as well. So, as a matter of fact, one of our newer songs, a friend of mine, when I played it for him, listened to it, he's like, holy shit, this is really Tool-esque. And I'm like, well, yeah, we kind of are influenced a little bit by them, right? So
awesome.
Yeah, so
I've seen Sabbath when they did a reunion with Dio, they called them Heaven and Hell.
Heaven and Hell, yeah.
So 3 times, and then I've seen Ozzy by himself many times.
Yep, me too.
and then Sabbath when they did the End tour recently.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking
I've seen
best
him.
band in the world. Yeah.
Seen him quite a few times. Yes,
Yeah.
Tool, Maynard. I said Tool. Yes, Maynard
Tool.
saves. Yes, Maynard. I said Tool.
Never heard of them.
before.
Tool is amazing too.
But yeah, I definitely do like harder edge stuff for sure. I like, because I like classical, I like jazz, I like blues, I like, some hip hop, some rap. I like if it's good, and I go, if it makes me tap my toes or something or bang my head a little, then it's decent music in my opinion.
Hell yeah.
Anyway, and I think most musicians are that way. If you ask me, most of them are open to whatever kinds of music because it's a creative process. And
I do like death metal.
Cannibal Corpse. Nice. I miss Typo Negative, to be honest. Peter Steele passing away.
Yeah.
I recently found out, and I didn't know this at the time, that he actually did a spread in Playgirl.
Really?
Yeah. He posed naked in Playgirl. I was like, Peter Steele did? Yeah, a girl I know says, yeah, he did. And holy crap, the guy's hung like a donkey. Yeah, I didn't need to know that, but great.
Great. Thanks for the info, Neil.
Yeah. Now you have to hear it too, Baph. So up the irons. Hell yeah, Iron Maiden. I've seen them a bunch of times.
Same.
I had a bit of an in back in the day. My cousin Norman ran a production company here. That brought all the bands in.
Promoter.
Yeah, it was his company. Like there were two companies that did the concerts here in Canada. One was his, and the other one was like Isle of Man or something. I think it was called.
Okay.
And Periscope Productions was the name of it, and that was my cousin's company. He sold it since then, and I think they changed the name and everything.
Wow.
But I got to go see concerts pretty much for free.
That's fucking awesome.
I used to go, and sometimes we get VIP box seats, or sometimes we get press box seats, and it was really cool. Like I saw the original lineup of Kiss in 1979, I believe, in the press box. And the funny thing is Loverboy opened for them, and they got booed off the stage.
No shit.
Yeah. That was hysterical.
I know Nickelback got booed off the stage one time.
Yes, before they were big.
Yeah.
I actually liked their first album, The State. I thought it was pretty good. They had some interesting songs on there. I used to do Leader of Men at karaoke.
Oh.
Yeah. Nice. Whenever I did karaoke, I do that one, and I also do. I got to do it at Faithless Forum, and I didn't realize I was going to be able to do it because I didn't think anyone down there would have a copy of anything by the Tragically Hip. So, which is a great Canadian band, and when they had New Orleans is Sinking, I'm like, holy shit, you have it? He's like, yeah, I guess. I'm like, okay, I want to sing that. He's like, okay, and then I got up there and rocked the shit out of it, and everyone was like, holy fuck, Neil can actually sing. So it's another one of my favorite tunes to do for karaoke is New Orleans is Sinking. So, of course, I didn't want to do it during the time of Katrina, but that would have been a little too soon, buddy. Too soon. But yeah,
I like karaoke, but
yeah, karaoke is fun.
I have terrible range, so I can only do so many songs, and
okay.
Like I can do like Red Hot Chili Peppers. And,
yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Somebody, you know what? It's funny. Somebody said one of them moon hoax believing people told me that you're the Red Hot Chili Peppers. No, space is made in a Hollywood basement. I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up.
Oh.
They're talking about movies like Star Wars, you moron.
Yeah.
Anyway, but dude, we've gone the hour.
Yeah.
Right, and it just goes boom.
It does, yeah.
Super fast. Is there anything else you think you might have left out that you wanted to mention? What's your upcoming podcast?
It's a secret.
Oh well, okay. No,
we only announce it when we release the episode on Monday. So there is a new one coming on Monday. It's not gonna be necessarily like a popular big person, but each person's story is equally important.
That's why I take anyone on
Yeah,
here.
this is a
That's how
friend
you
of
got on.
ours. Exactly. Yeah. A friend that we met on TikTok. We also met her at the convention, and she works in hospice. So
Okay.
we got chatting about death and the dignity of of dying,
Mhm.
and from a secular perspective. So that was pretty cool. We're probably gonna go on video at some point, because we're only audio at this time.
Okay.
We're
Yeah.
working on that. Hopefully in the next month or so we'll be also on YouTube like you are. That's gonna be exciting. I don't know
That'd be
about
great.
live though, because we would have to commit to a day every week, and I
Mhm.
cannot do that, unfortunately. I
Yeah,
want
just
to.
do pre-recorded and then
Yeah,
and do premieres, and you can be there for the premiere.
exactly, like schedule them. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
that's what we're gonna do. And yeah, just release them on a particular day.
I'll come and
Um,
hang out in the premieres and roast people.
fuck yeah. And we gotta have you as a guest as well. I will be in
Oh,
touch.
sure.
Yeah, we would
Anytime,
love
man.
to chat with you. You're fantastic. I thank you
Oh,
for.
go on.
Uh,
No, really, continue.
no, I like what you're doing. This is great. And
Well, thank you.
yeah, because a lot of atheist shows are talking up here, but you're over here, chatting with the actual people, the actual experiences, and that's
Yes.
similar to what I do, So yeah, totally,
Yeah,
very very
absolutely.
cool.
We'll
The last
definitely
thing
get
I
in
wanted
touch
to
with
say, yeah,
Seamus.
like you said, it's something I left out. The only thing that comes to mind is that like I was mentioning, when you're an atheist, living your faith shouldn't be the only thing that you're leaving behind. You should also check your privilege, check what you're benefiting from that
Mhm,
religion is supporting, and
mhm.
reconsider. It's like, do I need to hold on to this toxic trait?
Right.
And a lot of people don't like that, unfortunately. I got in a Twitter battle not too long ago. uh hey, thanks, colored me a Satanist. Yeah.
Which is also a great name.
Yeah, thanks. um yeah, so because I was at the convention, right, and I was part of a panel, the Atheist Convention by American Atheists, which is awesome to be. Oh yeah, Twitter battles. Oh my god, so I posted a little snippet of the convention when I was on the table at the not on the table but at the table. I was not on the
Were
table.
you drunk already?
uh,
Hey,
I was not on the
put me
table.
on the table.
I was behind, sitting at the table at the convention, and I said the same thing that I'm mentioning, right? That people need to deconstruct from other toxic traits. And
Mhm.
I posted that on Twitter, and a lot of people didn't like that. They were like,
Of course
"Well,
not.
what's up with this social justice warrior bullshit?" You
And it's
know?
social justice advocate. Nobody here
Yeah,
is a fucking warrior. It's advocate.
exactly. So apparently, advocating for social justice is not the right thing to do. Apparently, and then people were criticizing Mandisa's speech.
Wow,
Yeah,
really?
yeah. They posted a photo of one of the slides from her speech, and the slide said ways that you may be upholding white supremacy,
Mhm,
and she
mhm.
lists all these things, and that's it. That's the only thing that they posted. A lot of people were really pissed, and just, dude, it got really ugly. It got really ugly with Mandisa, and we talked about that in the podcast episode recently. So if you want to learn a
Yeah,
little
and
more,
I
go
said
check it out. It's fantastic.
definitely.
Yeah.
I know I'm a privileged person. I'm a cis het white male, um, adult white male. I know I have privilege,
Mhm.
and I try my best to use that privilege to help others.
That's how it should be. I appreciate
You
that.
know, so I try my best.
Thank you.
I'm only human though, and I can screw up and trip and fall sometimes, but I definitely try my best.
Exactly.
And I think people should do that.
Agreed.
Well, I think that's a really good way to end this. Just basically saying out to people, we can do better, guys. We can.
Yes, we can.
So What we're going to do now is we're going to get into an after party. Baphometal has been gracious enough to bless our after party tonight, so he's going to hang out with us for a while anyways. So if you are interested in hanging out with the two of us and talk a little bit more about some metal and some podcasting and some atheism and stuff like that, then definitely give me a Mikey's not with us tonight, so don't send him a message because he'll be in St. Louis going, I'm not a part of this one. So, send me a message and I can give you a link and you can jump in here with Bath and myself and have some more laughs and some more fun and use our privilege for the better. All right. Already I see Stag's wants a link, and I know Ollie's going to want to be in there. So Stags and Ollie are going to want to be in there. I'll even send my friend Don one and he can jump in if he likes. Ollieman says, thanks for sharing your story.
Thank you. Thank you for hanging out.
Yeah, definitely. Hang on here. See, Mikey's usually the one that does all this. So here we go. Thank you to everyone out there in the chats over on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. I appreciate you guys supporting the show. It means a lot to me. And that being said, thanks to my amazing patrons, we've gotten a couple more recently. So you guys are awesome. And I really, honestly, I wouldn't be able to do this without you. So big hearts and big hugs out to all of you. Yeah. And there is a link to the after party in the description box. If you do want to just hang out in the chat and poke fun at us, we're all for it. If you'd like to be a part of it, send me a message through Facebook, Twitter, or even an email, which is 604atheist@gmail.com, and I can send you a link that way. And we can all hang out for a little while anyways. I do have some plans later, so I'm probably not going to go much later than 8 o'clock tonight, guys. But yeah, so that's about it. And like I always say at the end of these after parties, or sorry, I'm reading the fucking ticker. At the end of the interview, like the late great Christopher Hitchens once said. Before I do that, thanks again, Beth, for coming on and being my guest tonight.
My pleasure. Thank you.
And like I always say at the end of the interview, it's like the late great Christopher Hitchens once said, it's called faith because it's not fucking knowledge. And we'll see you guys next time.